Good morning from Tokyo, Japan. So it has been a couple days since we got here. We were mostly just recovering from jet lag because jet lag with a toddler is a blast. But today we are going out and seeing the sights. It's been very chilly, so we're gonna do a hop on, hop off bus and see what all this city has to offer. Come along with us.
Before we take that bus, our first stop, as you know, is coffee. And here, we hear they take coffee up another level, so we're gonna check it out.
To be honest, we've been going to this coffee shop every single day since we got here, and it's epic, so we're sharing.
True story, I went in and I asked for a vanilla latte, and they looked at me like I was crazy. But they did offer me a ginger latte, which I've never had before. It was so good.
Are you ready to eat some of that, Josh? Ooh, Dash, that looks yummy.
See that paste underneath the strawberries? It looks like chocolate. It's not. It's red bean paste, which is something I never had before I came to Japan, and it's amazing.
While enjoying a delicious cup of coffee and a small snack before we head out for the day, I went ahead and booked our tickets for the hop on, hop off bus. The name, I've already forgotten it here. It is Skyhop Tokyo is the company that we're going with, although there could be another company as well that offers the bus system here. But there are essentially three main lines. There's a red line, a green line, and a blue line. Today we're going to be taking the green line in the morning, and then we're going to be hopping on to the red line a little bit later today.
Ooh,
So,
did you already book tickets for both of them?
well, apparently they're used across the different routes, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
So, if you're wondering, the ticket price is around $25 US. Not exactly sure what the yen price on that would be, but yeah. So we are heading to downtown. We're currently in Asakusa, which is just outside of downtown, and we're going to take the subway system down towards the Mitsubishi building, which is where we will catch our bus en route to take you around town. Now, to provide some context on where Asakusa is, it is around 30 minutes outside of downtown Tokyo by train. And the train system is very, very easy to use here.
We think it's very easy.
That's true.
We were told when we were coming here that like the train system was really difficult, but we've used a lot of international trains. I think really difficult
That's
is in Germany. They have so many English signs here in Tokyo that it really has been pretty easy to figure it out with Google Maps.
Good point, good point.
And they have this really cool thing we'll show you on our phones in a minute. If you have an iPhone, you can literally download this card into your wallet. You just put some cash on it and you scan your phones to get in and out. So you don't even have to deal with like the ticketing machines and all that kind of stuff.
There
It's
are
so
little paper
easy.
tickets. That's right, it's a good point. So if you want to avoid all the paper tickets and just use your phone, it's a really,
We'll show
really
you that
easy
card in a
system.
sec.
That's right. Now, what you just watched Lauren use is called the Suica card, and there are two main cards here in Tokyo. There's the Suica card and there's a Passmo card. Now, while you can buy individual tickets at the stations, what you'll need to know when you go to those stations kiosk is that you'll want to enter the destination for where you're going, and then you will pay for each individual trip. Now, while that is definitely doable, you can definitely use cash in that instance, having the Suica and Passmo cards on your phone is so much easier because you don't have to worry about any of the logistics of typing in things at the kiosk, waiting online to get any of those tickets. You just go right to the ticket booth there, and you just breeze on by using your phone. Now, we have an iPhone, so the way we did that is we went to our Apple Wallet, and we went to Add, Transport, and then there we could see the Suica and Passmo cards pop up because that's where we are. It's geo-fenced, so it automatically knows what area you're in and allows you to download the card. Now, the difference with that is that you're going to add a balance as opposed to just typing in the destination we're going or getting a card at the kiosk. You just add a balance, and then when it gets low, it lets you know, and then you just add more to that account. Pretty cool.
On track number 5. For your safety, please stand behind.
Today, just to give you some context on the weather, the lows are in the 30s, the highs are upper 40s, may touch 50, but for the most part, 30s and 40s. That is in Fahrenheit, of course, and it is particularly windy today. Now, the sustained winds are between 14 to 19 miles an hour, with wind gusts exceeding 35-ish and upwards of 38 to 39-ish. So it's a very, very windy day. Yeah, that's just something to think about when you're visiting here. The windy days are super windy, and you don't want to wear a ball cap because it can go flying off of your head.
But we'll take it because it's sunny and so it's not miserably cold.
That's so true.
We've had a couple of rainy days that have been this cold, and it has been painful. So there's that.
So true. There's a couple mornings where we woken up and it was 27 degrees, 28 degrees. That's just cold.
Not built for that.
No. How's that wind feel?
Alright, we came in from the wind since it was A, very cold, and B, I'm sure probably pretty loud, but we just learned that apparently the different lines of the buses run at different times. So right now the red line is running, and also apparently there's no indoor seating downstairs, only on the top, which is going to be freezing. So thankfully a bus is coming in about 20 minutes that actually has some covered seating on the top. Okay, I'm sorry. Pause. There's a robot doing something right there.
What is that?
It wasn't long, and on the hop-on, hop-off bus we went. If you haven't ever done one of these tours in a city that you're not familiar with, especially a big one like Tokyo, we highly recommend. It's a great way to see a lot, especially at the beginning of a trip, so that you can determine what you want to do for the rest of your trip. That is the Tokyo Skytree. It's actually the second tallest structure in the world. You can go up on top of it. It's really cool.
You want some headphones? Billboards are everywhere in Tokyo. They even have 3D billboards here, which are really interesting, but it makes it very colorful.
We just jumped off the hop on hop off bus here in Tokyo, and it is still windy.
Obviously, you can tell from my hair.
But overall thoughts?
It was super fun. So we didn't actually hop off because it was going around a route that's really close to our neighborhood. And we're going to explore there today, which of course we're going to bring you along for. So if you haven't subscribed and you want to see all of our Japan videos, do that now. But now we're going to go grab some quick lunch, and then we're going to jump on the green bus, which we are going to hop on and off of because that's not here. So we're excited about that. We're taking it.
Okay, okay, here we go.
Okay, now. You're just trying to hold that and eat it? No. Okay. Okay, that food was amazing, and in a train station, if anything we've learned already while we're here in Japan is food is fresh everywhere, and it's amazing.
Back out into the windy cold.
We haven't actually ended up getting off of the bus as much as we expected to on this particular route, mostly because it's been so urban. And when you come to visit a big city, well, one of the things about it is that sometimes it's just the same big shopping places that you see everywhere in the world, which doesn't really get Dana and I very excited. But this is the Tokyo Tower. It was apparently built in the 1950s and was originally a radio tower, and it looks really, really interesting. So we're gonna go see if we can't go up.
All right, here's the 411 on the Tokyo Tower. There's a main deck and a top deck. The top deck is closed today due to the high winds, but we are getting tickets for the main deck, and they come in at a price of 1,200 yen each. Come here, buddy. Get on the elevator.
約45秒でご案内いたします。1958年に開業ちなみにごゆっくりとお楽しみくださいませ。Welcome to Tokyo Tower. Tokyo Tower speed 90 per PA.
this view. Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a long way down, Dash. Here we go.
Look down that walk over it. Ooh, it looks like it gives a little.
Whoa! You wanna do it? You gonna do it? Come here.
Do it. You can walk on it. It's weird, isn't it?
Whoa! Look at that, dude. You are so brave. Look at that. He's so.
Oh, man. Good job, Dash.
And then Dashman was obsessed.
Whoa, good job. After we've learned that Dash's fear of heights is way lower than I would like for it to be, we are heading back down.
Today, our last stop is at the third floor.
The next bus doesn't come back for about an hour and a half. So technically we could just go jump on a train, but there is a shrine that is like a 12-minute walk from here that I really wanted to see. It's apparently the most popular one in Japan, and it's still open for a couple more minutes. So we're gonna go check that out, and then we'll jump back on the bus.
I wouldn't say it's wheelchair or stroller friendly, just something to keep in mind when you're touring the city and the temples. But as long as you can pick your kid up and throw him in a carrier or have him walk, it should be A-okay.
Okay, so one of the things about being new here and only being a couple days in is that some of the names look really similar. So definitely not the most popular one, but we're already here, so I want to go check it out. I think one of the most interesting things about Tokyo that's really different from any other city that we've visited is how starkly different, or what a stark difference there is between the traditional and the more modern city and how they collide. Because modern Tokyo looks nothing like traditional Edo, which was what the city was named before it was renamed Tokyo. But then you have these big, beautiful shrines and Buddhist temples on every random turn. It's really cool.
So, what are we getting right now?
Churros.
Churros.
I always want churros everywhere we see them.
Seriously.
Although usually I'm only a sucker for churros that are made like on the spot. Well, I don't see a churro machine, so I mean, jury's out on this one, but it sounded really good. It's getting pretty chilly, so a warm churro, kind of hard to pass up. Yay, churros! Okay, it's not as good as the one in Barcelona, but it's still tasty. Cuddling to stay warm.
This is a Keihin Tohoku Line train for
ドアが閉まります。ご注意ください。
That wasn't too bad. We just rode one stop on that train. Sometimes they're really busy and you feel like you're a sardine in a can, so that wasn't too bad. But on to our next train. Wow. And that right there, all those steps throughout the course of the day, is why every time we travel internationally, we always lose weight, because we're walking absolutely everywhere all day long, and you burn some calories. As the sun drops over the horizon, the beautiful city of Tokyo truly transforms with all of the eloquent lighting throughout the city. It really is something spectacular, something you have to see for yourself, truly to appreciate how beautiful the city is.
It also turns into a frozen tundra late February, so our game plan is to get home as quickly as possible.
This right here, this is what gets you. It is got 41 mile an hour wind gust.
After a super fun day exploring Tokyo and getting a really big picture
of what the city has to offer, which is a lot because it's huge. We decided we'd just come back to the Airbnb, relax, and crash early because we've got a big day tomorrow. But if you haven't already this week, make sure you wander local. Because as you know, it's good for the soul. You say bye to our friends on the internet?
Yeah.
Say night night.
No.
No.